Welcome to Pitch Stage 2, and thank you for joining us today. This is the first group round of pitches. And for those of you who don't know pitch, it's an on-stage startup battle where a selection of Web Summit's top startups are selected to pitch their business in front of the panel of esteemed judges made up of a selection of our investors, partners, media, and speaker attendees. My name is Dave Meltzer, and I host a TV show called Elevator Pitch in America from Entrepreneur Magazine and run 2 different venture funds. So I'm excited to see what these guys have. There are 8 startups taking part in this group round, representing all the various industries that exhibit here at Web Summit. We're taking the best of the most interesting startups who will battle it out to become our pitch champion. Each startup has 3 minutes to pitch and to our panel of judges, followed by 3 minutes of Q&A, and I will keep the time very strict. So I apologize if I cut you off, and the judges as well. Before I go any further, I'd like to introduce our judges. First, we have Adi Azaria from WorkEase. Welcome. We have Chiara Massaroni from SendGrid. Katya, here I go, Katya, ready? Akulanicheva, all right, from System IQ, and Brendan Yell as well from SendGrid, who will MC some of these as well, so you can then have a judge MC competition later on. He's better, he won already. Our judges will be scoring our startups on 5 categories. The first is product. The second is potential to disrupt. The third, financial. 4th, team. And 5th, quality of pitch. Our first startup this morning is, I know they switched it, is Asyncy. Asyncy, thank you. Asyncy, even better. There we go. And so please welcome, we'll start right now, to the stage, our first pitcher. And what's your name?
Steve Peak.
Steve Peak.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Oh, hello. This one. Hello. Okay, super. Okay, hello, my name is Steve Peak. I'm founder and captain of Asyncy. We're a 10-person crew on a mission to revolutionize software development. Our story starts like any other story, where we have a common problem. Application development is complex and difficult to understand. Let's take, for example, optimizing routes for deliveries and sending messages to customers on the updates, or predicting sales based on weather forecasting, and maybe adding new shifts to your delivery drivers, for example. As you can see, these applications become very complex and difficult to understand, let alone manage in the cloud and scale from there. There must be a better way. We must be able to build applications that are highly readable, intuitive, that remove the unnecessary complexity, and be able to be highly shared between people from C-level to all the way down to new recruits. Meet StoryScript, the first high-level programming language that is intuitive, syntax-light, and highly readable. StoryScript is a way to orchestrate services. We abstract the orchestration into choreography, making it super simple to build applications in days rather than months. This is all powered on the Asyncy platform. It's a combination of 3 powerful tools for the developer. Starting with the Asyncy Hub, which is a marketplace for anything from any language, any platform, any microservice, any cloud. It's very highly adaptable. We also have the Asyncy dashboard, which is full of application KPIs, management tools, and information to make data-driven changes in your business. And we also have the Asyncy engine, which is essentially a Kubernetes plugin that abstracts the orchestration and really being the first application choreography platform. This enables developers to build applications rapidly. It allows them to shed the weight of all the unnecessary complexity. And this allows us to build applications where we can dream bigger and go further with a smaller team and get our product to market faster. So imagine the possibilities for a developer when you get the marching orders for your next feature and you just be able to crush it out in an afternoon. What could that look like? Imagine this product in the hands of a data scientist to make real-world actions on the data they're collecting in the field with a highly readable and intuitive language. This is our mission and this is our journey, and we really hope that you all join us. Please visit asyncy.com today. Thank you for your time.
all that. All right, now the questions from our esteemed judges. I think that.
Yeah. Hello. Okay.
Hey, great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there an inherent like performance hit with this type of code, or will this scale and still be high performing?
Absolutely highly scalable. So the scalability is horizontal and kind of scaled to 0 too. So you get the full range of scalability because it is on top of Kubernetes. But there is a very, very small slowdown naturally, but the advantages of being able to build products quicker, much more worth it. Thank you.
Hi, thanks for your pitch. What's your traction? What have you gotten to so far?
Yeah, so we're still kind of in this like pre-beta mode, but we do have a couple of users that are building amazing applications very rapidly. But it's still in like the under 100 range right now. But we are opening this up in the next month. Thank you.
Great pitch.
Thanks.
What stage are you at?
Yeah, so we're in this alpha stage, like beta stage, right? So we're like, this is kind of our debut here at Web Summit. Hi, everybody. Or this is the release of the product. Thank you.
So first, great UX, or at least the presentation.
Thank you.
If I'm going to give you $1 million, what's
Yes.
the first thing you're going to do with that?
Yeah, so we have to define a category. So product category, we have two big challenges. The product challenge is not as difficult, and since I have 1 minute and 50 seconds, I'm going to soak that right up. So the category is a very difficult thing. We're creating a new way of building applications in general. But developers are already used to orchestration, and orchestration is very difficult. It is. Like DevOps is a very difficult field, and it needs to be abstracted. And technology is growing at this alarming rate, and we all know that abstraction of where we're at today is going to continue. And so what we're doing is we're taking out the business logic from the code, which is very hard and complex, and making that very highly readable so anybody can do it. But that is choreography. That is the abstraction of orchestration.
So basically, you're going to invest in developing this more.
Yeah, absolutely developing this more. Yeah, but also defining that category through strong branding and marketing. We have another minute if you guys have any other awesome questions.
From a marketing standpoint, what
Yeah.
have you done so far? Just you mentioned that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I come from a rich history from DevTools, about like 7 years. So I've already built one of the top 5 most used apps in the GitHub ecosystem. So I'm bringing that energy forward.
And talk to me about your customer. Who really is your customer here?
Yeah, so today it's the developer, right? So we're making the developer more powerful. That is the message. Tomorrow, though, we're talking about developers only about maybe 2.2% of the world. What tomorrow we're looking at data scientists, the front end office, and build more applications quicker for all these different types of people. Yeah, so we're looking at more of like a 10-20% market in the future than just the developers today.
And that type of modern customer, if you like, how do you train them up in like logic design? Because they'll need some knowledge to be able to build these things.
So over time, right? So when you start to create this massive library of knowledge, and we'll get into Udemy and all these other resources to build things. Like the truth is, people want to build applications and build their startups, and we're making that extremely more accessible.
Cool, great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time,
Great
everybody.
job. Let's hear it for Async. We should change the name to Succinct. Those are quick answers. Those are great. All right, next we'd like to welcome Pingdelivery.
Hello, everybody. My name is. Can I start? Yeah. My name is Anton, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Pingdelivery. Last mile delivery plays a great role in customer experience and brand identity. December 2013, Christmas fiasco. UPS announced that their network was overloaded and they would fail with deliveries in Christmas time. Amazon was forced to make refunds and cancellations to many angry and unhappy customers. After that, they decided to build their own delivery network. The same happens with other e-commerce companies. Imagine the world of connected logistics, where e-commerce merchants, delivery companies, working in the global system, which help them to develop their own business, making new collaborations, coming to new markets, sharing utilities, workforces. This end-to-end system is called Pingdelivery. Pingdelivery is like a platform which enables to manage distributed last-mile delivery teams across cities, countries. It has full-cycle automation tools as well as order management system. It's applicable for e-commerce business, verticals, delivery startups, franchise projects. We built last-mile delivery community around the platform. It consists of independent agents who is ready to build, to work according to business processes. Right now, our community operates in more than 20 countries with more than 130 delivery teams. Our platform operates with more than 50 kilo orders per month. And right now, it's like and in some countries like Nigeria, Indonesia, Philippines, we do some services. So for now, total revenue on average it's like 50 kilo US dollars per month. And next 3 months, we're planning to grow our capacity of orders up to 100 kilo orders due to new launched clients. In the future, we're planning to build end-to-end solution to satisfy both e-commerce and logistics companies to grow and scale. It means that for merchants, we can give tools to manage their deliveries, make collaborations, connecting to new marketplaces. For delivery companies, we will improve our software to cover more business cases. So parcels can be distributed and consolidated in a more optimized way. Yeah, that's it.
All righty. Thank you. Let's hear it for Pingdelivery. Our esteemed judges, questions, please.
Oh, no, you go first.
Risking of spreading thin, you know, you're going everywhere. Why is that? Why are you not keeping on one country?
This is like the third version of our company, because first one we were focusing on emerging markets, doing integrations with local courier services, but this idea was failed because of their quality. And then we tried to make our own deliveries, and then improving our software. And like software, for software, it doesn't matter in what country you do your business. You can like scale in Russia, for example, or Africa. It's like very, very similar process of attracting new clients. Yeah.
Good pitch. So who is your customer? Like, who is making the purchasing decision?
So our clients right now is more like delivery companies, small and mid-sized, who want to open their e-commerce business with delivery services, but sometimes they're afraid that their capacity is not will not be enough filled with the orders. Yeah, and sometimes it's like a risky business. They need automation. Implementing it to their current business processes, it's like a complex of things that can be solved with a solution, optimized solution. Yeah.
Thanks for your pitch. So how do you ensure quality, and what responsibility do you take as an intermediary in this setup?
So for example, we got our agent network. It's like individual entrepreneurs. So we finding them on advertising, scoring them, teaching them, and then taking deposits. It's like these deposits gives them a chance to make more money. So the more deposit, the more orders you can make, you can deliver.
Cool. Anton, great job. What is the key piece of technology in your suite? Is it the route optimization, and are you using any like machine learning to continually improve that process?
Mm-hmm. Right now, our product architecture consists of different microservices. It's like a platform which distribute orders, fleet management system. It's like call center model, dispatching, mapping, routing, a courier application, finance, inventory, analytics. And next step is like building ERP for merchant, where he can see all the details about their business, making some connections with other companies. And then we want to make some artificial intelligence which will help us to distribute these orders between different warehouses to optimize the routes. Because right now you can see like 5 different cars in one street who making deliveries to different customers. But
Okay.
after there can be only one car.
Our
not
time
five.
is up. I apologize.
thank-
Very good. All right, let's hear it for Pingdelivery. Thank you so much. Next pitch is from Critec. Welcome, Bruno.
Hello, I'm Bruno from Critec, a creative agency on Central Portugal. We created the first augmented reality mobile app for urban art. It was a dedicated app to Agitagda, an art festival in our hometown. We had a great feedback, so we thought we should make a global app. That's why I'm here today to present you art. So, this is about art. Urban art is growing all over the world. Our app will allow artists to have a new way to promote their work and also to use their creativity to take it to a whole new level. But this is also about tourism. Not working? Could you help me? Oh, okay. This is also about tourism. Tourism is one of the fastest growing economic sectors in the world. That's why so many cities are betting on tourism and also in urban art. This app will be another reason for the tourists to visit the city, even places that traditionally are not touristic. But especially, this is about you, the user, the tourist. With art, you can see urban artworks come to life, like magic. It allows you to share your holidays in a creative new way. This is much more than an Instagram filter. It creates small videos that will excite your imagination and have a real impact in your social network. Here, you'll be the protagonist, and also is the artwork. We want to allow users to have access to lots of free experiences. So, we will start by showing to municipalities the value of having the city artwork on this platform. But we also want to give artists a new form of income, so they can create their own animations and include them in the app as premium experiences. At Critec, we are professionals in design, programming, and marketing. We have 15 years of experience working with brands and communication technology. We are creative and we are committed to work. Now we feel this is the moment to bet on something big. So let's take this idea and these experiences to the world. Let's take these experiences to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Critec. Let's start with the questions.
Hi, thanks for your pitch. I have a quick question on the market size. So do you have a sense of what the addressable market is? Yeah.
Well, you can make this all over the world. There's urban art everywhere. It's growing everywhere, so you can do it everywhere, and it can scale very rapidly with the help of the artists.
Thank you for your pitch. How big is your community today? And how are you acquiring those members of your community? How are you growing that?
The community or the company?
The community of...
Well, we are just starting now. We just launched the first, it's an alpha version just to test. So we are just starting. So
Thank you very much. Brilliant creativity as an artist. What would you consider as a success for your company in the next 5 years?
well, we would like to have this really all over the world and having people using it, because we think this is like an Instagram filter. People like to share their holidays, and usually people are not very creative. So this will be a way to create content for the media.
I'll ask it differently. Do you want to get acquired by Instagram or Snapchat, or you want to create a big company?
First, of course, I will create with my company, but if Instagram or Snapchat wants to acquire us, it's okay. Let's see.
Is this something that you could get individual cities to sponsor the creation of the art?
Yes, there are many ways to sponsor this. Cities will be the first way because it's good for tourism and because sometimes for cities they only have tourism in the center of the city where there are monuments. But sometimes they want to take tourism to other places where there is urban art, so this can take people to the city and they will share these videos with a frame, with a special frame for the city because they are sponsoring it and they are promoting the city with everybody. Everybody is sponsoring the city. If you visit a city, you will want to show your social network that you've been there. And this is a creative way to allow you to do that.
Cool, thank you.
What do you think might be the biggest barrier to kind of scale and adoption? Like, what are you most worried about?
Well, I don't really know. I think we'll wait and see what happens, but I like this idea. I believe in it, so I think it has everything to work.
Very good. All right, let's hear it for Critec.
Thank you.
Next pitch. Welcome, Camtoy. Welcome.
So hello everybody. I'm Camtoy. I'm Fabian, CTO, and I'm here to present you Laika. So let's first speak about how everything started. So 4 years ago, I adopted a dog at a French refuge, and my dog was destroying everything at home. So I decided to find some solution to help him have better time during when I'm at work, and I didn't find any solution. So I look if it was only my concern. Okay. So we did a survey to see if everybody has the same problem, and we saw that 70% of dogs stay more than 4 hours a day alone, and among them, 30% have bad behavior. So they are destroying everything in your house, or they are barking all over the house. So we decided to create it Laika. So Laika is a robot to interact with your dog from anywhere. So basically, when you are at work, you have coffee, you want to know how your dog is doing at home, you can connect with your smartphone to the robot, and you can move into your house, you can see your dog thanks to a camera. There is microphone and speaker, so you can communicate with your dog. And we also integrated a treat tosser to reward the dog during the day. So that was good because you could like interact and see if your dog was doing okay. But what we wanted to do is improving the well-being of the dog also to make sure that it's not going to destroy the sofa during a meeting or something. So we created a tracker to put on the collar of the dog. So the tracker allow us to know the activity of the dog. And thanks to this activity, we know when it's the best time to play with him. So there is a charging base, and the robot can move by itself and go play with your dog when you can't. Okay, this is a team. Let me speak about... sorry. So our market is huge. Like, there is a lot of dogs that need help. As I said, 30% of them stay alone. So we want to go over the European market first to after go worldwide, because there is 78 million of dogs in the United States that wait for a solution, and in 11.5 million in Japan. That is a huge market for us because they love robotics, they love animals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hear it for Camtoy. All right, time for some questions.
Great job. Congratulations, it's so good to actually see the product here. I think that's so cool. Is there a subscription service? Like, is there a data platform that sits behind it? And also, from that data platform, do you have any usage figures from the units that you've sold so far?
So this is our first product, so we want to bring it to market, but it's to collect data to see how the dog is behave when you are not at home. And we want to collect this data to analyze them, so to allow us to know what kind of dog we have, like what is this behavior. And thanks to this data, after we want to have different behavior with the robot, but maybe in second generation of prototype.
Thank you. How much is one of your units, and where is the competition coming from? I know there was a slide here, but we didn't really stop on it. So, yeah.
So the robot tracker and charging base altogether is 400 euros, and we have big market, and there is already people like product that have fixed solution, but not solution with autonomous modes that help the dog. It's only for people that feel guilty and can like see their dog, but they can't like improve the well-being of the dog during the day. And yeah, we have like 3 different companies that do a fixed solution. Furbo is like most known. They already sold like 1 million units over Amazon. So.
I have a 4-month-old puppy, and this is amazing.
Thank you.
What is your biggest challenge right now?
So right now, we did a prototype, and we did a crowdfunding to go over the market, and we are taking a step to not have prototype, but go over industrialization. So we should have our design ready to go over industrialization beginning of next year, and we will need to raise some money to bring the product to the market.
What kind of measures are you taking from privacy perspective? You know, I walk with my house with my underwear. I don't want everybody, you know, over the web to see that.
So, sorry, what is the...
It has a camera and it
Yeah.
goes around the house.
Yeah.
Privacy concern, it shouts.
Exactly, that was one of our like point when we created. So what we did is like not sending the video over over internet only when you are using it and control it remotely, but when the robot moves by itself, the video doesn't go to any server. Everything is done on the robot. So we have like a 4-core that allow us to have a lot of power to analyze the behavior of the dog, and so we don't need to stream the video to a server. We do it only peer-to-peer when you want to play, so it means that you are seeing everything. Thank you.
Incredible. Thank you so much, Camtoy. All right, our next pitch is from Optimerce. Welcome to the stage.
Hi. Hello, I'm Tom Amsterdam, the CEO and co-founder of Optimerce. Together with 3 additional partners, we founded Optimerce to cater to the problem of identity in the online business world. We live in a data-driven, personalized world. Businesses strive to have long-term personalized relationship with their customers. Customers, on the other hand, expect to have personalized experiences in the websites they encounter. Identity, or customer identity, knowing who the customer is a cornerstone for online monetization today. But identity is overlooked due to the technological complexity of understanding who the customer is. This trend is getting more and more important due to regulation like GDPR and technological trends that increase anonymity. So let's do a recap of why. Let's do a quick recap of why identity is so important. Businesses strive to understand the customer identity in order to understand the customer journey in the website, understand what segments they relate to improve their monetization efforts, or in essence, personalization and marketing efforts. The gap is that identity is very, very elusive. when businesses, when they try to understand the customer identity, encounter several layers of barrier and identity fragmentation. A visitor comes into the website, its identity is fragmented between different devices, and within each device to different browsers and domains. And not only that, the current means of identifications are cookie-based. Cookie are device-dependent, domain-dependent, and browser-dependent. There's also the time aspect. Cookie has a limited lifetime. The average lifetime of a cookie is 30 days. And from our case studies and from relevant research, we see that in the United States, for example, 40% of the customers encounter a cookie loss at least once a month. The result is the businesses face more and more anonymous traffic. Traffic that do not monetize well over them, and it directly impacts their revenue. There's also business problems that encounter how well business identifies their customers. The implemented solution works in isolated data silos, for example. Optimerce is here to solve the problem. Optimerce is here to commoditize identity for online businesses and give them data ownership over their own customers. What we do with Optimerce is we take our expertise and knowledge from the cybersecurity and fraud prevention system, and we build a model, a solution that when implemented in a website, collects behavioral, device, and user attributes, uses statistical and machine learning modeling to create a persistent profile of the user in the device. After the layer of the persistent unique identification of the user in the device is applied, we do device correlation to create one unique user ID for all the devices that the user uses. We then take the identity data and orchestrate that data to the marketing stack employed in the website to enhance the personalization, marketing efforts, the pricing solutions, and to have one unique understanding of the customers. So to wrap it all up, Optimerce is an essential layer of data of traffic identification for the modern marketing stack.
Great job. I love the name, by the way.
Thank you very
There's a lot
much.
of terrible names for startups, but that's a good name, so well done. So is this a plug-in to like a Shopify or a WooCommerce? That's probably my first question. And my second question just is about the tech and how reliable is, if you're not using cookies, you're using device IDs or mobile ad IDs, how accurate is it, I suppose?
So the first, regarding the platform, we work with all the platforms, Shopify, and also proprietary platforms. It's basically the front end of the solution is a JavaScript snippet deploying the device. We're also developing an SDK for mobile apps of the customers. Regarding the solution, it is a statistical solution. It's not a deterministic solution because it's not based on cookie. Our baseline is cookie for the identification, which means we're only getting better than cookie. And from our current customer, from our design partners, we think between 85 to 92% of correct identification, persistent identification. And it highly depends on the magnitude of traffic. We work with one customer with 1 million sessions per day, and another customer with 5 million per session a day, and this has the time differences.
So the more customers, the more sessions, the more accurate it gets.
The more sessions, the bigger data set, and the lower the accuracy for a bit. Our lower bounds for accuracy right now are 85% of accuracy.
Okay, cool. Good answer. Thank you.
What is the size of your target customer, and is that a limitation in terms of there needing to be a minimum amount of data in order for you?
So we're first targeting the travel industry and the e-commerce industry, because identification is critical there. Our target customer from the lower bound today is 1 million sessions per month, because it impacts the revenue according to the critical metrics of the industry. And that's about it. We estimate the market at above $4.5 billion market. It's comprised from customer data platforms, personalization solutions. Basically, we're giving a unified understanding of the customer to empower the current marketing solutions. And we're seeing a real increase in KPIs and revenue for the customers we've implemented in so far.
Thanks. What drove you to start this company, and have you done any market validation so far of the idea?
Yeah. I've worked for 5 years in intelligence in my own country, and then for a couple more years in Trusteer, an online fraud prevention solution for financial institutions. And I realized that there's a great way to understand who the customers are and empower the marketing stack, but it's only used today in a negative way, to saying who's not the customer, who's the fraudster. What was the other question, thank you? Sorry. Validation. Yeah, we've talked. We did the first phase of beginning of startup. We did a huge market validation process. We talked from more than 50 customers, mainly from the United States and our whole country, Israel, and we're seeing a great need for that. And also, we already got some traction with customers in Israel and the States, and we're seeing real impact on the metrics. But it's basically a question of metrics. How well do you improve the revenue?
All right, thank you very much. Optimerce. Good job. All right, next we call to the stage Charles. Welcome. Oh, that one right there.
Is this working? Sorry? Oh. This is not working. Sorry, this is not working properly. Yeah, it's like with a lag.
Oh, sorry. All right. Nothing like technology. Who's going to invent a clicker that works? All right. It'd be interesting if we reversed it and you started asking him questions and then let him present. Can you handle it? All right. Ready to go. All right, Charles. Let's try it again. We got Obama up there.
Yes. Still having where I pointed to. Oh, now it goes. Okay.
I got it. Perfect.
All right. In the last 5 years, I've been fortunate to build a global fashion business with close to 1 million customers worldwide. But when it gave me money and time to think about what I really want, I realized that I had to leave my own company because I wanted a bigger mission, a little bit like these guys. And when I ended up moving from Brooklyn to Berlin, I gave away all my furniture, I gave away all my clothes, and I got inspired by something they all have in common, wearing a uniform, the same thing every day. So after I started, I really started liking it. And I understood why they do it, because they're supposed to be, I'm sorry, but this is not working. I'm sorry, guys. Can't use my presentation like that. Yeah, so I really loved it, and I understood why they loved it, because they're supposed to have superhuman missions, and ultimately they're still humans. They struggle from small problems and anxieties every day. So if they just have a little bit more comfort and a little bit more confidence in every day, it can make a real difference to mission success. And that's my mission now. I want to help each and one of you to find your uniform for your mission. Now, it all starts with the basics. We all have them in our wardrobe. And now imagine how Apple or Google would design them. They would make one data-driven recommendation for every signature-style basic. And Charles is doing exactly that. And on top of that, you can then customize it to your fit, and you can even co-design your own uniform. Now, all the product development follows a vision, and that's to achieve a net promoter score of 100. From a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to recommend Charles to your friends? That is the question behind the NPS. If you say 1 to 6, it's minus 100. If you say 7 and 8, it's 0. If all of you say 9 and 10, then you have plus 100. And I think that's the ultimate symbol for consumer love. And that's why we chose not only to obsess about it internally, but also to share it publicly with every customer. Now, to get to 100, we need 3 things. 1, the ultimate product. And we make it by building clothes the same way you would build software. It's an iterative process of scientific assumptions and taking the feedback that comes from the customers. Always having the same pieces, not following any trends or fashion. Number 2, we need the ultimate price, and we do it by cutting all advertising costs out of the unit economics. That means that no more middlemen, and also no more Facebook ads or YouTube ads that you're paying for. It's time for the third wave of commerce where the customer actually pays for the product he buys, and of course also for a fair company profit. Lastly, we want to offer the ultimate experience, and that only works if it's integrated into your daily habits, right? That means a messenger-only approach where you can buy stuff the same way you would chat with your friends. Yo, Charles, I need 2 more of my gray sweaters, just via WhatsApp. And a face and a voice and text AI, recognition AI, will connect it to a virtual wardrobe that knows your stuff, will make it seamless.
All right. Thank you.
Now, just 1 second.
Oh.
We have a great team, and we are in the beta, but one last important mission, because I know I was cut off many times. Charles is not a fashion company. It is a technology company that wants to kill fashion. It's the 2nd biggest polluter in the world, rewarded with margins up to 80%. And I want to kill that beast. It's a $300 billion industry just in the US, and it makes 2% of the GDP. Thank you.
Great job. Sorry about that. All right, Charles, here's your questions now. Good job.
So you're aiming pretty big here. What stage are you at right now?
Well, we have a great vision, but we start small. So right now we are in the beta stage. I said to myself, I only will start that business if I can convince 100 of my personal friends to buy clothes into the alpha phase. And I could make that. So now we're going into beta where we have a waiting list for the first 1,000 customers. You can go on the website and start going into it. If we do that, then we have proof of concept. We want to go into seed.
Thanks for your pitch. I personally would subscribe. So there
Thank
you
you.
go. I did want to ask about just the complexity of running a business like this. I mean, it sounds like you have some experience, but sort of how do you plan to set up all the manufacturing, logistics, and that sort of stuff?
It's actually easier than many other businesses because I was building a fashion brand in the last 5 years, and we had many different SKUs and a lot of variety. With Charles, we will always have the same products. It's really about finding the kind of what scientifically makes sense, for example, for the perfect pullover. So we always have the same stock. Now, the customized fit, we won't allow to every customer, just the ones who have shown to be loyal or who are paying a premium.
You're talking about advertisements and bringing, let's say, leads to your funnel, I guess. How would you do that?
That's a great question. I've personally spent millions of dollars in the last years on advertising, and we became experts in doing that. But it also really pissed me off because the customer pays for it. My belief is that when you have a high NPS, like the lower your price gets for good quality, the higher your NPS gets. The higher your NPS gets, the more natural variety you have, the less advertising costs you need, so the lower your price gets and the higher your NPS. So it's an endless loop, but it needs to start with a lot of manual work, and I hope that my experience from the past can help me. And also, chances like this to talk to people will help me to get through beta, because ultimately my customers, I'm not successful when I get 10,000 customers quickly. I'm successful if I get 1,000 customers to come back.
In terms of pricing, where do you sit? Where are you positioned in the market?
So that's a great thing. The pricing, there's not a price that I want to set, and then I want to try to get there. I really want to find out what scientifically is the perfect product with a quality that makes sense in terms of the higher the quality, the higher the price. So where is the sweet spot? And then set the price without any advertising cost for the customer. But if you would go on the market, it would probably be a premium Uniqlo.
I just wanted to ask about the SKU point again. So you said that you'll have the same SKUs, but I thought part of this was also developing a unique uniform. So how does that work?
So that's the third level of customer relationship management. If you're a very, very loyal customer, you pay a high premium, you can come to us as a brand and we will co-design something that you want. Take Chris Sucker from the Valley, who is always wearing these cowboy shirts. He could come to Charles and design his old shirts with them. But that is not the basics is the normal portfolio, then the individual measurements, and then comes the co-designing of uniforms.
All right, excellent job. Thank you, Charles. Great job. All right, last but not least, let's welcome to the stage Foodin. Welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've been always asking myself a question. Is it better to eat healthy or live carefree? Now, is it too much to ask for both? We always ask ourselves, what am I going to cook tomorrow? And then we end up eating in McDonald's. It's no wonder our population suffers from a range of diseases that are preventable by good nutrition. And this is why we developed an amazing kitchen assistant that helps you plan meals, tracks and delivers groceries, and helps you achieve the goals you set on New Year's. It works a little bit like this. You need to check recipes or plans you would like to cook, slide off any groceries you have at home, and then based on the service provider, pick them up or have them delivered to your door. Now, our target demo are households, families, singles, couples, anybody that needs change in their kitchen. Groceries are now being purchased online more than ever, but the rise in obesity and personal coaching shows us that those groceries are not being used as they should. Our competition works on that problem very well, but they don't cover everything you need for a carefree and a healthy life. Those people are Gusto, HelloFresh, and Blue Apron. But our advantage lies in service partners that can deliver the most personalized boxes ever, and they can help us scale up very quickly. In creators that provide recipes to their followers and they get compensated, and also in our tracking system, which helps all the customers throughout their cooking process. Our business model and our revenue stream is based on commission. We take a small fee for every product sold from the grocery store. It can range up from 1% to 3%. And also we give certainty to producers to make a sale as our default brand. And also to our creators, we give them opportunity to advertise their recipes so they can earn even more. Based on commission, we need 1,422 families or 5,500 singles that order month worth of groceries regularly. Our product placement fee is based around 8 cents, and our advertising fee is 23 cents per click. To expand as fast as humanly possible, we invite creators to push our app to their followers that want to change their habits or even learn how to cook, and they get compensated via commission. Also, gyms are very eager to work with us because combination with good nutrition, their customers are less likely to cancel their membership. This is why we assembled the hottest team on earth to deliver and design this app, and we will make it seamless to live a carefree and a healthy lifestyle. Thank you. I'll be taking your questions.
Thank you. Time for questions. Great job.
So what stage are you at now with the app?
Right. We have the MVP, and we're right now we're integrating with 2 service partners. One is Walmart. So we're going to launch in USA, and we are in negotiations with Consum. Very hard negotiations, like around 10th meeting. We're going to launch in March in Croatia.
Okay. I think one of the difficulties in this area is making it as easy as possible for the user to enter in, the items they have in their pantry or look for the recipes. How are you going to make that process so it's not very time-consuming for the user?
Right. So the process lies in how it works, basically. So when you order everything you would like to eat, you get lists of all the groceries you need, and then you just cancel those you already have at home. So you don't have to go and scan everything you have. You just do it by the process, and by iterations, you will have everything you like seamlessly. Yeah.
And so just to clarify, it's mainly recipes, so the person still needs to cook, right, rather than
Sure.
prepare. Yeah, because I've tried a lot of these things,
Okay.
and I just find that like I can't be bothered to cook in the evening. So for me, that would not be seamless.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to actually prepare anything.
Well,
So,
if you
yeah,
don't
but-
want, then yeah, that's then you're not our target market. But the point is, for people that would like to cook and change their habits, it's a great deal because we plan out everything, we put it out there, and the customer only thing he needs is he needs to cook. Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of Gusto. Have been using them for a long time.
Okay.
Why would I switch to you?
Well, I heard a lot about customer feedback, and I heard that Gusto, HelloFresh, and all other recipe meal kit deliveries are, first of all, very expensive. They don't cover for the whole week, and they are they're not so personalized to customers. So the thing is, here you can put on your recipes or whatever you like, or you can see what Dwayne Johnson is like cooking today, and then you can match his diet. Yeah.
Two questions. Niche market, you touched it a little bit, but where would you go first? What kind of...
All right, so those foodies, right? And the people that want to switch their diet. So either you want to lose weight, or you want to gain weight, or you just want to stay healthy.
I see.
Last question.
So do you have nutrition expertise in-house? Presumably, yes, because there's like...
Yeah, we do. We have. I mean, I was a professional basketball player, and I have a lot of knowledge about sports and nutrition in sports. And we also have a college graduate from nutrition in our team.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for Foodin. Now, judges, let's finish up our judging. We're going to announce the winner in a couple minutes. I'd like to welcome on stage each of the pitch competitors. So let's start. Let's hear a round of applause for Async. Is that right? All right, good. And then Pingdelivery, come on stage. Critec. Camtoy, come welcome us here. Optimerce. Charles. And finally, come back on stage, Foodin. All right, and while we wait, I thought maybe on our TV show, I think a lot of people pitching want to get tips, and there's some esteemed judges here. So, Adi, maybe you could give all the people here your best tip for pitching.
So some of you did it pretty well, and some of you quite the opposite. Tell a story. Make it very interesting. You only have 3 minutes. So keep it less about the product and more about the experience of the product.
Yeah, a lot of people, they buy on emotion for logical reasons, right? And some of you connected emotionally with them and others didn't. So I think that's a great point.
Practice, practice, practice. I think that's the biggest thing. The more time you spend going through your pitch and knowing exactly when to switch slides, the more confident you come across. So that's my tip.
And just a quick thing, Kiara. What types of practice? In front of a camera? In front of people? Any tips there?
I think getting feedback is super important throughout, but practicing in front of a mirror or recording yourself is also really useful. There are things that you do that you don't realize you're doing until you see yourself recorded, and it's a big lesson.
For me, I think it's understanding the team a bit more, because I think ultimately the product you have in mind right now probably is not going to be the product that's going to succeed, and it's really important for us to understand who the team is and what experience you've had and what's brought you to do this, and demonstrate that you're going to be resilient and persevere and sort of make the right decisions at the right time.
All right, last tip from Brendan.
Pitching sucks, right? It really does suck. But there's one thing about pitching. What it does is it forces you to distill your message down in a very short period of time. You know what? That's the same thing you have to do when you're advertising for potential customers. They're not going to sit there for 40 minutes while you explain to them how you're going to help them. You have to distill it down so that very quickly they understand what problem you're solving for them.
Yeah, and that's how we created our TV show Elevator Pitch. We give you 60 seconds in an elevator with cameras on you. So if any of you want to join us on the show, just contact me or anyone after the show. All right, we have the winner, and the winner is Async. Congratulations. I want to thank all of these great pitches. Hopefully it's been a great learning experience, especially the judges. They all volunteer their time, so thank you so much. The next competition will start in 5 minutes. Round 2, we'll be kicking off with 8 new startups and 4 new judges. Thank you so much. I'm open for Q&A afterwards as well. Thank you.